Scene 7. Inside, so we are at the castle of Inverness now. Macbeth is having a soliloquy. Remember, these are inner monologues, inner thoughts that, as an actor, they've got to come out. Look at the description. He's playing through what has to happen. And ultimately, is he more motivated to do it, or is he more hesitant to do it? Does he want to back out, or does he want to proceed? Okay, we've seen who the main instigator is thus far, who the planner, that type of thing. And so he's going to, have one, he's either going to push forward with it or pull back. Lady Macbeth comes in, and whatever his feelings are, his answer, look at how she responds. This is the other monologue from Lady Macbeth, and you will get to see, once again, her darkness really come out. Scene 7. Macbeth, he talks himself out of it. Okay, he says we won't do this, and it isn't until Lady Macbeth really calls him a coward and a woman, in essence, that she's able to get him back on track and explain the plan. But he tries to rationalize it and reason it in his mind, like, maybe I can do this. But Duncan's a good guy. Duncan's a great king. There's no reason to do it other than his ambition. Okay? He can't say, well, he's really a horrible king, so I'm really doing a better service. He can't do that. In fact, if you look around, there's a footnote right in the middle. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. So he goes, if you look at the footnote, if my repercussions were the consequences were done here, everything was fine here. If I could do this without any consequences on earth, meaning I don't have to deal with everybody looking at me, calling me traitor, all that stuff, I'll deal with the afterlife. So however I have to pay for my sins or whatever in the afterlife, whatever the belief system was, I'll pay for that in the afterlife. But if I could guarantee not have any problems down here afterwards, then I'd do it. But I'm worried about what people will think with me. Because as it goes down into the blue there, he's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should be against his murderer, I should shut the door on that, not bear the knife myself. So I'm here to protect him. He's here as my guest, but I should also keep the murderers out and protect him, not be the one to actually murder him. Plus, they've thought such greatness of me later. He has borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels' trumpet tongue. So he's been such a great leader that if I kill him, it'll just make him even that much more popular. If only he were rotten and only a bad politician or something, then I could be positive. But there's no reason to kill him. And a great line on 25, I have no spur to prick the sides of my intention, but only vaulting ambition. So I just can't do it. There is no reason to kill him other than my ambition, my selfishness. And him being the good guy that he is and the noble person, he says, I'm not going to do it. So Lady Macbeth comes in. Macbeth says, we will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinion from all sorts of people. We're not going to do this. What? Were you drunk when you got dressed? Have you slept? Did you forget what we talked about a little while ago? Don't think about it. I will take care of it. Art thou afraid? What's going on? Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none. So she's calling him, you're not a man. He goes, oh, nobody's more of a man than me. Woman, please, is what he's saying. Here's where she goes off, and this is the other monologue. Okay, fine. Well, what beast, what man were you then to make that made you break this enterprise to me? Why did you change? What happened? Were you scared? Did somebody threaten you? You break this enterprise to me. When you durst do it, when you did it before, then you were a man. And to be more than you were, you would be so much more. So if you did that, you'd be even more of a man. You'd be king. Look at all of these things you could do. The very bottom, and this is where we get to see a lot about her. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. So they've had a child, and she knows that bond that a woman has, when that baby is breastfeeding, and that baby is smiling up at the mom, and they're just staring at each other, and they have that bond and that connection. So I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this. So if I had sworn to do all of that stuff, I'd have done it. I wouldn't have sworn to do it and then, I'm scared, I'm worried, and then back out of it. You coward. His response, well, what if we fail? You can almost imagine him whining about it. Fail? Screw your courage to the sticking place and we won't fail. So man up and we'll get this done. Okay, here's my plan. Here's my plan. We're going to get his chamberlains drunk tonight. When they pass out, we'll take their daggers, go in and kill the king, go back and smear the blood on them and leave the daggers there, and they'll be so drunk and hungover when they wake up. What happened? It's not CSI, guys. We can't go and fingerprint them. There's no surveillance camera. You think that that plan would work? Yeah. They framed these people and they were caught, what? Red-handed. All that blood. Okay, so that's a great plan. Look at Macbeth's response to this. Bring forth men, children only. Because you are, man, you're more manly than I am, lady. Okay, your determination, your mind's just working on, back and forth. And he's worried, though, that will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber and used their own daggers, that they have done it? So will somebody question that? Well, who would receive it otherwise? Who would question it? We shall make our greaves and clamor roar upon us. So when it's announced, we'll be, oh, woe is me. They will blend in with everybody else. So we will be acting. So this is like a plan that's going to work as long as everybody does what they say they're going to do. So Macbeth says, I am settled. So she's convinced him. Okay, she's gotten him back on track. I am settled and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. So we must be projecting a false face and a false heart. Does that make sense? And so he talked himself out of it. But his wife is such the motivator that she has gotten him, exactly where she wants him in order to take down the king, which will happen next act.